I don't think any roast is complete without Yorkshire puddings. Not just beef, but for me, any meat. So I'll take you through a very simple recipe, which is 75 grams of flour, plain flour, which I'm just going to sift. And that's to get all those lumps out to ensure you get a really smooth batter. Put that to one side. I'm just going to move that flour, and now to get the liquid element of that batter, which is 125 mils of milk and 2 eggs. Now just a little pinch of salt to that. I'm going to give that a good mix. Now using a fork, I'm just going to mix the milk and the eggs with the flour. And don't worry if it's not completely smooth, because we'll be using an electric whisk just to get all of those lumps out. So, stirring that through. Right, and now to get rid of all of those lumps using our whisk. Right, so that's ready. I'm just going to give it a couple of twists of pepper. And now I'm going to move all of that batter into the jug. There you go. Now that's going to rest for about 20 minutes in the fridge, but before I do that, I'm going to get my oil nice and hot, because the secret to brilliant Yorkshire puddings is making sure you get that oil really, really hot. I'm using sunflower oil. Now it's time to get those into the oven to make sure that oil's screaming hot when I put the batter in. There you go. Now the oil's nice and hot, I'm going to pour in the batter. Now I'm actually doing 4 kind of individual ones, but by all means you can do a large one and you can carve at the table, entirely up to you. See, that oil's beautiful and hot. You can hear that sizzling. Now these are going to go back into the oven for about 15 minutes until they've risen beautifully. And look how beautifully those have risen. Who could resist that as part of the perfect Sunday roast?